See, years ago, back when I was younger, a lot younger, there was a cartoon on TV called Batman Beyond. It was about a futuristic Batman that was living in 2099, and he had all kinds of high tech shit and everything.
Oh, I
It was a
watched
good.
it. I remember Bruce Wayne was an old man and he
Bruce
had a
Wayne was an
dog.
old man, right? And this Batman, he was a young boy. I think his name was Tim Drake or something. I don't know. Anyway, the point is that there was this one episode that really caught my attention, and it was these street punks, and what they were doing, they were going to this mad scientist. I mean, for lack of a better term, they were going to a mad scientist, and they were doing what's called splicing. And so they were literally splicing genes with animals. So like so if you spliced with a rhino, you would become real strong, or with a gorilla, you would be real strong. Either one. The girls, they would splice with a cheetah and be very very fast. Etc. And someone would even splice with birds so that they could fly and stuff. And it was very very interesting. Well, I read an article recently where, guess what? Oh, it turns out the Montauk Project was in fact a legitimate and a real government program. But not only that, they're celebrating the fact that they finally have succeeded in splicing animal and human genes together. And I'm like, oh man, this will not end well, boys and girls. Okay, this is not going to end well. All right. But yeah, they were celebrating the fact that they had finally succeeded. Because remember, we used to get all these weird creatures washing up on shore out there by Montauk Island and shit, because that's where they were experimenting on stuff, was Montauk Island. And we'd get these weird skeletons and weird creatures washing up on shore. Be like, well, here's another weird creature. It had the face of a bird and the body of a dog, and it's really bizarre shit. But anyway, so it turns out, well, guess what, boys and girls? All that shit was real after all. It wasn't a conspiracy theory. It wasn't make believe. It ended up being real after all. And now they're celebrating about it, saying, yes, we finally did it. We finally succeeded. And that's not going to end well. It's just not. It's not going to end well. So I don't know. Maybe that cartoon was a predecessor of things to come. I don't know. But yeah, it's funny you brought that up, because I just had read an article, I don't know, about a week ago, I guess 2 weeks ago, on that very topic. And so yeah, splicing is a thing now, boys and girls. So I don't know. Oh, and speaking of which, we found the maze of the Minotaur. It was on Crete, just like they said, but we didn't find the Minotaur. So where's the Minotaur at? Because hopefully his body would have been in the maze, right? No, we didn't find nobody in the maze. We found a lot of skeletons, but none of them were a Minotaur.
I've heard centaur and minotaur. Tell me the difference again. I know one of them's like a half man, half horse like creature. What's the minotaur again?
The Minotaur is half man, half bull. Typically, a Minotaur will have the head of a bull and the body of a man. And a centaur will have the upper torso and head of a man and the body of a horse, typically. That might fluctuate.